You love singing your favorites.
Welcome back to You're Not Gonna Like This. This is episode 42, Cartier Jones. Obviously, the title name makes sense for our special guest today, artist Cartier Jones. Do you prefer to be called by your artist name or your actual name before we? Do you prefer to be called by your artist name, actual name?
Oh, I go by the name of Cartier Jones, but shit, y'all know me by Sydney, shit like that. Some people might know me by Sid, but I go by Cartier Jones.
You got to go by Cartier Jones. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. This is part of our artistic creation series. This is part 6, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Where we recognize other talents. We recognize talents with barbering, music, anything pertaining to that. This is part of that series, and with that, we basically interview all guys that got small brands. Within the music, barbering, anything that's got it's art. We try to get into it. So, but my first question I got for you is, what inspired you to get the name Cartier Jones?
Yeah, man. When I've been doing music for like my son right here too. So I've been doing music for like I say for about 10 years now. But just doing it seriously, I've been taking it serious for about a good, I say 5 years now. But my first name was Sid Cuddy, and that shit was like, I feel like it was kind of like childish a little bit or whatever, the kind of route I was going with my music and shit. So I needed something like to kind of mature, because my audience kind of more like on the lady side. So I got like a lot of lady friends and shit like that. So they was like, man, you need to make that shit more mature and shit like that. Kind of Sid Cuddy, kind of childish and shit. So I just went with the name Cartier Jones, shit like that. I came up with that name, and I like the shades Cartier too. So I came up with that with that name Cartier Jones. So my last name Jones.
That makes sense. Everybody changes their name. Gets that, try to develop their music, try to promote a different image. You ain't the first artist out there to change your name. 2 Chainz wasn't always 2 Chainz. For those that don't know, he was called Titty Boy for a long time, and then he went to 2 Chainz. So artists changing their names aren't anything new. I believe J. Cole changed his name. I think it wasn't always J. Cole. I know that for a fact. I don't remember what the original name was, but it wasn't
Black too. Kodak Black too.
Dang, I didn't. Oh, Kodak Black changed his name. I didn't know that.
His name was Jay Black back in the day.
Oh, dang. I'm not a huge Kodak fan, so I definitely did not know Kodak Black changed his name. But as y'all see, artists changing names aren't familiar, because you always want to get a good name that's catchy. So when you hear it, I guess you can say when you hear in the club, play that new Drake, play that new J. Cole, something that always goes. Eventually, hopefully, we'll be saying, play that Cartier Jones. You see, it's got the nice ring to it. It's smooth. You can say it. You can't forget it. It's always going to stick to you. But my next question is like, so a lot of people don't know this. I don't know how many people know this, but when I've known Sydney since we was in high school. He graduated a year before me. We played football together, and before you even graduated high school, you took a chance at American Idol. You wanna enlighten us on that a little bit?
Man, I think I was like 16 or something like that. I came to Richmond. I was living in Farmville, of course. I was going to Prince Edward, and I came to Richmond. I seen that American Idol had like an audition and stuff here like that. I came here, I did it. They said, well, they wanted me to come back when I was 18, but I never went back and did it again. Like, so I ain't never had an opportunity again, but like I was grateful for the opportunity that they did give me and shit like that for the first time. But they fucked with me, like they loved it or whatever. So they wanted me to come back, but I just never did it. Pursued that.
So American Idol reached out to you and you just didn't go to them?
The second time, yeah, like they wanted me to come back when I was 18. Like I was 16. They wanted some people like that season. They wanted people that was already grown and shit, like that was on their stuff. So I was only like 16 then. So they wanted me to come back when I was 18. They called me back and was like, I want you to come back when you're 18. So, but I ain't never do it.
Would you go back and do it?
Yeah, hell yeah. I take all the opportunities now. Like I just, I'm hungry right now for this shit. So it's like whatever I gotta do to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get there. Like I got a family to feed. Like so it's different now. Like I'm on a whole different mindset right now. So I got a family to feed. Like at the end of the day. So
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. You got the hunger. You got the grind. You want to be the best there has ever been in the music game. So with that being said, so what inspired you to get into music? What's the story? How do we get here?
well shit, bro. Before I moved to Prince Edward, bro, like I don't know if you knew I lived in Atlanta, like I lived in Georgia. And man, bro, I was no bullshit, bro. I used to skateboard, all that. You know how I was, bro. I was back in the day, bro. I was cool as fuck, bro. Like I used to skateboard, all that shit, bro. So man, bro, I'm walking to the skate park. I'm about 10, 11 years old, walking to the skate park or whatever, and I just started singing to myself, bro. This shit sounded good. Went back to my mom. I sung to my mom. She started crying, bro. She started crying. So then moved back to Virginia, shit like that. Moved back to Virginia. I started singing to my whole family, but I'm like 10, 11 years old. So that's how I really started. But I was always shy, like always shy. Whatever I did, bro, I was shy. So but I came on my shell, bro. I kind of, when I was in high school, I kind of sung a little bit like that to the females and shit like that. But I won't really like as serious as I am now. So, but yeah, man, like my first song was like, I'm an old soul, right? Like my first song was Luther Vandross, so Dance for My Father. So that's
You
how that
said
came.
Luther Vandross. You used the sample of Luther Vandross.
Oh God, bro, I was like 10 years old. Yep, I was like 10 years old. So yeah.
That's true. That's true. Old school. That's old. It's old school. So with that being said, so like what artists do you take excuse me, what artists do you take heavy influence from when it comes to making your sound?
Really? Okay. Well, I like Lucci a lot. I like YFN Lucci, but he's not like how I rap. He rap here more on the rapper side, but that's how I kind of listen to and stuff. Lucci, I fuck with Fetty Wap a lot. Um, who else I fuck with? And of course, I like Rod Wave style. Is this new dude from Texas named Don Dada, and who else? It's a couple cats, bro. Like it's a whole lot of people that influence me, bro. Like that just make me keep going with my music, bro. When I see them doing, like I love seeing people do it good, bro. Like you feel me that I know and shit like that. So it just influenced me to keep going and shit like that. So a lot of people influence me, bro. No bullshit. A lot of people, probably even people that you listen to.
That's what you like to hear. I see you got the Dreamville hat on, representing.
So,
Is that's Dreamville? That's Dreamville. I had to make sure. I ain't know if you had a cyber or anything. I ain't want to mislabel it. I ain't want to mislabel it. But yeah, I see the Dreamville hat. Rod Wave. I listen to a lot of Rod Wave. I listen to bits and pieces, but I see the consistency in all the people you choose. Rod Wave, Fetty Wap, YNGLT. They all got that rap song. I like to call it rap song, where they be rapping, but they also sing too. Like they're not afraid to hold the note for a couple seconds or sing a little bit. Show them how talented, how different they can be. They're not just strictly I'm just gonna get in the booth. I'm gonna write lyrics. I can sing a little bit too. I can show you like how good I really am. And that's tough. That's tough. I like to see when artists, show how talented they truly are. They're not just out there just trying to like, make a single, get quick, get famous fast. They actually have like they're really investing into the music. They're really taking their time to perfect their craft. I enjoy shit like that. Definitely, I definitely do. Cause
A
like
lot of people
one of my
and a lot of artists don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do, bro. Like, I know like some people could be like even better than the next person, bro, but you gotta put that work in, feel me? Like that's just how I come with it. Like some people would be lucky to make it overnight, like you feel me, but so you gotta put that work in, like you said. Stay consistent and put that work in.
definitely one of my favorite. I say one of my favorite multi-talented artists has got to be her. Like she can sing, she can play the piano, she can do it all, bro. Like
For
she
sure.
is she is literally Alicia. Like her biggest influence is Alicia Keys, and like you can see it, bro. Like she Alicia Keys 2.0. Like she can do everything Alicia Keys can at the same level. So like she's definitely one of my favorite artists because it's like you're listening to like a full experience. You're not just listening to like an R&B sing, so full experience because it's so everything's so different. And that definitely leads me to asking what was the next question I was gonna ask. So like, what what's next for you as an artist? Like, where do you see yourself now? Like, how do you view yourself as an artist? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you view yourself?
Shit. Right now, I'm not. I ain't nowhere where I want to be at, bro. Like to be honest, like you feel me. I got so much room to grow. Like I gotta keep grinding and growing, bro. Like a lot of work to do. So and but on the scale of 1 to 10, shit, I'm right now. I feel like I'm at like a 6 or 5.5. I'm halfway there a little bit. Like, but like what I want to do, I want to take off real good. So,
So 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 where do you feel like you have the most to grow at in music wise, being that you only to the 5 or 6?
shit, man, staying consistent, bro. Like it's hard to stay consistent with the music shit, like, bro, because when you by yourself or like it's hard to be by yourself, bro. Like that's why, like now I got a team behind me and shit. Now, like you feel me, like a little entertainment group and shit. They in LA and shit like that. Shout out to Hall, Free Hall, the whole label, like Tsunami Entertainment, bro. Like it's hard though, like really doing it by yourself. So like when you got a team, it make it all better. Like, but at the end of the day, I feel like I don't know. I just gotta keep going, like, bro. I just gotta keep going with the shit, like, I just gotta keep going. What was your question again?
I said where'd you had to grow, like, because you said 5 or 6. I was asking like, where do you feel you needed to grow the most at in your music?
Oh yeah. Shit. Staying consistent. Like, I feel like I'm being more consistent now. I feel like I'm being more.
That definitely that you answered the question. You definitely answered. Because consistency is definitely hard in music, because once you hit that pinnacle or you hit like one of the best songs you ever did, like how can you match that? Like that's why when you hit a big name artist like Drake and J. Cole, you can't do nothing but credit them because they delivered like peak projects and then they still deliver, some say they fell off, some say they not, but the bottom line is every time they release, you're gonna listen. You don't care.
Exactly.
You don't care what happened. You don't care if his last project was an F. You still gonna sit right back there. You're gonna spend that time listening because you want to see if he can get back to what he delivered to you the first time. Like
Exactly.
I bet you every day somebody waiting on Drake to drop another. It was the same. Drive. They just waiting on it. They want another. They want another classic like that. Or Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City. The three of my favorite projects right there off the top of my head. They looking for that. They want that again. And, hopefully, I hope you find that. Um, I know you're not the only music artist I've collabed with. Q make music now too. Or Foodie with the Toolie, as he likes
Hey,
to
shout
say.
out to Q too, bro.
Very true.
Julio, right?
Yeah,
Julio.
Foodie with the Toolie.
Yo, shout out to Julio for sure. I
Yeah,
gotta work. We gotta get one in for sure. I be hitting them up and stuff, letting them know I support all, I support everybody, bro, that's doing it. Whatever you do, bro, like I support you, bro. Like especially if I know you, like personally. If I know you personally, like I'm behind you 110, like for sure.
definitely. Well, I saw, the main reason you caught my attention, I saw your finance channel. I saw it on Instagram. I was like, oh dang. I knew you had made music, but I didn't know you were like, you were actually producing or going with it or like really chasing with it. And then, having a contest before we got to this point saying you was going to LA to meet with
Yeah.
people and stuff like that. I was like, oh man, I missed a lot. So I'm gonna have to, do catching up and see what else you got besides that one single that I had that caught my attention.
For
But
sure.
what led to that song specifically? Like how did you get there?
Bro, like going to LA and shit, like man, like they got a different vibe out there. It's a whole different world over there, John, bro. Like that's all they do is dance. Like they all dancing, like they love to dance. So like shit, talking to one of my homegirls over there, she like, man, you gotta make a song over in Virginia like this. That's like dancing like our type. Like so I was in the studio, bro. I got a beat from one of my homies in LA. They sent me, that type of beat or whatever. And it just came, it came together like that, for real, bro. And then, you might know, our Deja Emmons, Deja.
Yeah, I know Deja. I'm familiar.
She one of my good supporters too, bro. Like always supporting my shit, man. And like I think she heard it on my Instagram, bro. Like she got an ear for music. Like she got a real good ear for music. So she was like, bro, like, look, that's a hit. Like you need to drop that. Not the next second, like I sent it to my people that got it, cleared and all that. Dropped it, bro, and it went up from after that. Like, and then I started a little challenge. I said, hey, look, let's do a finance challenge. And the first girl that did it, you know how they go, like, especially when you go on TikTok, like when somebody come on TikTok,
underrated platform, very underrated platform. I encourage anybody and everybody that is not got on TikTok to endorse any small business or brand. Definitely get hit with the brand, man. You got to, like, it take one view, and the right person see it and the right person like it. That one share could turn into 1 million. It takes that one share. That's why Reels too on Instagram. If you don't like TikTok, use Instagram Reels. Any of those two platforms, trying to tell you.
Exactly.
Look, I'm gonna be real. Attention span is short, man. It's hard to keep people, invested for a long time if it's not catchy. So you gotta get it. West Coast is definitely different. The West Coast style is definitely different.
Yeah.
A couple of my boys, K Card and I don't know if his name is still TYC Christian. I don't know, but they go to LA a lot to do music and things like that to get that sound out. And they do. You can hear it as well. So like, having the West Coast has always been a good influence of music because not everybody can match the East Coast style. East Coast has always been more gritty, more hard. It's always been like that. But West Coast has always been a good vibe, a flow. Yeah. It's different. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why even though Atlanta and LA are like both of the two biggest music areas in the world, two different sounds of music. You can't compare Andre 3000 to Snoop Dogg. You can't do it. It just it's way over here.
Exactly.
But they're both catchy if you know what you're listening to. But so I asked how you say you felt about as an artist. So like based on what you put out there, how do you feel about your music on a scale of 1 to 10? You said the consistency, but now like how do you feel about what you put out like on a scale? How do you feel about that? You feel like
me personally, I don't even like my music, bro. Like you feel me? Like I'm gonna be honest with you, like I like shit, bro. Motherfuckers probably don't even know I got like self-esteem problems, bro. Like, and I'm gonna tell, I'm a real ass person, bro. And I be saying like I got self-esteem problems, bro. And it's like what the fuck you got self? But hey, that's just something that I got. You feel me? I deal with, but I don't even like my music, bro. Like to be honest, man, I got certain songs, bro, that I feel like I didn't sit there and I really wrote, bro, that I love. Then I got other songs that I didn't went in the studio, bro, and freestyled them bitches, bro, and got them knocked out in an hour, 5 full songs knocked out in like an hour or something. And then people love them, bro, and I don't even like them. You feel me? So it's like.
So do you feel you don't like them because you can like
do better? Yeah. I feel like I can do way better. Like, bro, it's just be me, crashing with myself and shit like that. But that's your biggest critic. You know how that is.
Definitely. You always got to know where to improve within yourself. You can't just be satisfied with others say, because if you don't, I'm a firm believer, man, if you don't like what you're producing or like what you're putting out there, it's hard for you. It's hard for you to stay with it. Like for me with the whole podcast, like I gotta like what I'm doing. I gotta like the direction I'm taking it, because if I don't like it, then how am I gonna sit there and edit it and do all the work to release it if I don't even like it? So new podcast wise, I'm always looking for ways to grow, looking for different things to try. I get like you got your core supports. I got my people too, man. They always tell me I already be more outlandish with your opinions, because it's Sydney. Remember, I used to always be a sports geek, man. I still am to this day. Crazy with it. So yeah, that's how we got here. But that's tough, man. That's tough. It's good. It's good. It's always good to hear everybody say like they always got room to improve on themselves. They're not They're not settling. They know that even though you got a vibe signal going around now, that you know that this ain't the end. You know, you can always come back and I can do it again. Maybe another 3, 4, 5 months from now, we'll be seeing another challenge by yourself. And you know, you'll consistently grow, and then next thing you know, you'll be at a roll like that. You never know. You never know. But that's really all I have, man. You know, you got anybody who want to tell the people, man, before we?
Man, hey, shout out to Ira, man. I appreciate it. What's the podcast called?
You're not gonna like this.
You're not gonna like this podcast,
Yes,
man.
YNGLT.
Yeah, for sure, man. Look, I appreciate y'all for sure, bro. Look, shout out to my team, Tsunami Entertainment, Free Hall, Long Leg Keefy. Hey, shout out to everybody back home, 434, you know what's up. Hey, shout out to the whole VA, that's everybody that's doing their thing. I love all y'all. Hey, keep doing the finance challenge, shit like that, man. So
Definitely. Well, you heard it here first, man. If you haven't did the finance challenge, no matter when you see this, man, it's always time to do it. My man would definitely appreciate the view to share because even a second of coming will make it rise further. So you know, but as always, that's all I got for y'all guys, man. I appreciate y'all for joining us. If you like this, tune in episode 43. You know, we got that's probably gonna be that is episode 10 of season 3. So if you haven't tuned in, go catch the first 10. We're gonna keep coming out, keep going strong. I appreciate everybody that's supporting us, and see y'all soon.